Hey everybody, this is Nicholas with Zenith Design Build, and I am joined with Barb here at her kitchen renovation. What made you choose Zenith versus anyone else that gave you a bid?
Well, part of it was you showed up on time. That was big. Some guys, they just show up late, and that's a bad first impression. And then you weren't pushing to like change my ideas. You know, we really wanted to go with the IKEA cabinets, and other guys were like, well, we don't do that. We'd rather do whatever cabinets they install. So I liked that, and then the price was right.
How was your experience through the construction phase?
Well, I think most of the contractors that came in, they did a really good job. And then anytime we had problems, it was nice that you dealt with them. Mm-hmm. I think that was the best part about choosing somebody to oversee the whole project for us, is that we didn't have to deal with anybody. Yeah. Like, we would just tell you, oh, there's a problem, and then you would go yell at them. Yeah. And I could go and relax.
Yeah. So so Jillian Lair came up with the IKEA kitchen design, and we put it in, we implemented it. But there's also a design change where we moved the sink, and there's a couple of different options. So we moved the sink from the corner, so we had a couple windows in the corner, and then we moved it over so that way it faces your backyard, and then took out your sliding door to get more cabinetry. Can you speak towards like why making some of those changes, or what was that process with Jillian?
Well, Jillian came in right away, and that was her idea, to move because we didn't like the corner sink. That was the first thing she asked. She was like, do you like that? And I was like, no. I mean, the under the sink is just a black hole abyss where you just lose everything. And she's like, well, then it would make sense to move it and move the windows too. And I was kind of leery about that at first, because it's like, that sounds expensive. But it was a really good choice, and makes a huge difference. Yeah. And it's a way better view of the backyard too. Like, we actually see the kids playing outside, rather than just looking at our neighbor's patio or whatever it is that we could see before.
And then under cabinet lighting looks great too. I mean, that really lights up the countertop really well.
Yeah. My husband and I were talking about the under cabinet lights, and he's like, I don't know how much that costs, but we can never go back.
Yeah. That's hilarious. We didn't really talk about this much, but even like the living room, putting the doors on the fireplace, it completely changes the look. Yeah,
that was Jillian's idea to do that, and I was like, yep, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah. Super small. I mean, relatively small item, but now everything looks so much cleaner over there.
Yep, and we can hide away all the kids' toys and don't have to look at them. It's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, like one of the drawers, like right where you're standing, is a drawer for all of our kids' stuff, and it makes a huge difference. Like, the kids can get their own plates and their own cups and silverware and everything, and I think they like it because then they feel more independent. Yeah. And we don't have to get everything for them, and it's a game changer.
But we really didn't change anything structurally, mostly. I mean, we moved some windows and we moved a door, but outside of that, we didn't really do a lot of structural changes. But you said that it just makes everything so much cozier. So, and Jillian Lair is the one who designed everything initially, and did an amazing job with the design. But it's crazy to think that you don't have to do that much structurally, or open up walls, or do all this more expensive stuff to actually make a big change.
Yeah, mostly just removing the bulkheads. Yeah. I think that was probably the biggest thing. Yeah. And then having the cabinets go almost to the ceiling, it feels so much bigger.
Yeah, and then it's wider. Before it was like kind of a honey oak kitchen with a bunch of honey oak trim. So we took all the trim out, threw out the entire main level. Now it's white, so it looks a little nicer.
Yeah, and I think also there's consistent flooring too. Like, we had 3 different floors, or 3 or 4, I don't know. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, so the whole main level's redone with LVP, and you chose LVP mainly because of durability, and then also it's a really cool look.
Yeah, and so we got a really cool look for a nice price.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part about the design?
I think my favorite part about the design is having drawers on the lowers. It makes it so much easier to keep things organized and put everything away at the end of the day.
If a friend asks you if you'd recommend Zenith to do their remodel project, what would you say?
Definitely.
Why would you say that?
Well, the process was just easy. I mean, and all my ideas you guys did, and it looks like I thought it would, and it looks better than I thought it would. Like, all the little details, all the little nicks on the wall and all that, everything was caught, and it was done right.
I want to say thank you for letting us work on your house. It was a pleasure working with you. You and Pat were great to work with throughout the entire process and very understanding of the fact that we're renovating your home. And ultimately, you know, our goal is to make sure that our customers are as happy as possible. So we get to do interviews like this. We get to make sure that they want to use us again or refer us to friends. So thank you very much.